Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well. Just a quick note to say thank you so much for the support on my last video. I really appreciate all your love and comments and support. Yeah, it really means a lot to me. So yeah, today's video is going to be kind of a roundup of my year, of like my best and worst purchases of the year. I'm just gonna put this out there to start with. This is not in any way me bragging. I feel so lucky and so privileged to be in this position that I'm able to buy nice things for myself. It's just in case anyone is looking to purchase any of these things and if I'd recommend them, if I wouldn't. I definitely have more things that are my best purchases of the year rather than my worst purchases of the year, and I guess that's a good thing. Please stick around till the end. It really helps me out. If you do like it, give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment down below of I guess what your favourite item is, or what your favourite thing is that you've bought this year. Yeah, let's get into this video. Right, so I'm going to start with my worst purchases of the year, just because we'll get the bad stuff out of the way. And by no means is this bad things, it's just things I haven't really used, and I didn't really need to spend my money on, I guess. So the first thing, you may have seen me talking about this in my last video. So it's this. It's from a little shop called Soster and Gren. It's essentially a Tupperware container. I still think it's really cool. I just haven't used it. Since I bought it, I haven't eaten lunch out the house. I haven't really needed to, so I'm gonna say this is one of my worst purchases of the year because I haven't used it, but I'm sure it'll come in useful at some point. I think this was £3.50, so it'll be fine. I will use it at some point. I just haven't used it this year. The label's still on the bottom and everything. But yeah, this is item number one. It is cool though. I'd still recommend them for, I guess, pastas and things. I think they'd be quite cool. But yeah. My second item is, this kind of leads on to something else a bit later. One of my best. Spoiler alert. But one of my worst purchases of the year, simply because I haven't actually used it. Yeah, I don't have a TV to connect my Switch to, so I find it really difficult to play this game on handheld, which I didn't know when I bought it. And it is this. It's the Super Mario Odyssey on the Switch. From what it looks like online, it is a good game. I just haven't got into it yet. So for that reason, I'd say this is one of my worst purchases because I just haven't used it. I am keeping it though. I will play it at some point. I just need to get around to it and reach for it, because I've been reaching a lot more for Animal Crossing because it's a nice little escape from the world. So yeah, this is number two of my worst purchases of the year, but it still looks like a decent game anyway. And then my third and final worst purchase of the year is an item of clothing. It's a dress. It cost me £4 in a charity shop, and I still love it. I just haven't had an opportunity to wear it. It's a very holiday-esque dress. It's just strappy. Essentially it's backless with these little straps going over the back here. I don't know if you can see that. And then it's a skater style at the bottom. It's a really nice dress, but I just haven't worn it. Hopefully though, next summer we'll be able to go away somewhere nice, somewhere warm, and I'll take this with me because it goes really small, so it'll be really good for packing, but I just haven't worn it. Yeah, as I say, it cost me £4 in a charity shop. Now on to a bit more positive things, I guess. I actually have quite a lot sat next to me. Yeah, I've just found a few things this year that I really like and that I use pretty much every day. The first of these items is going to seem really random, but obviously everyone's working from home this year, and that includes university. So I've been working a lot from bed, just because it's comfy, and my desk isn't very big, or I just can't be bothered to go and sit at my desk. So this is a lap desk, and it just pops out like this, and then you stand it on your bed and put your laptop on top of it. It's big enough for a laptop and like your phone next to it and a drink, and it's so sturdy, it's so good. It was £6.50 from IKEA, I think, and literally I've used it every day since I bought it. Super useful. There's even a thing for pens and all sorts in the back, and a hole for chargers to come up through. Very cool, very, very useful. So this is one of my most practical purchases of the year. Yeah, number one. Okay, my second best purchase, I guess this is a few purchases, but all for the same purpose, of the year, are art supplies. So over quarantine I got really into art and design and all sorts. So I've invested in a few big canvases. I think these were from like Home Bargains or something, really inexpensive, and some acrylic paints. Yeah, it just keeps me busy, it gives me something to do. Yeah, it means I can show my little creative flair. Yeah, I just really enjoy it. It's something really relaxing. It's off a screen, which I've kind of found quite difficult this year because everything is on a laptop or on a phone or on a computer. So this is just a really, really nice distraction from that and from the world, because while you're doing it you just focus on your painting. Yeah, so this is just a random bag. They're all in here. So my art supplies are also one of my best purchases of the year. Okay, so another one of my favourite purchases of the year is an item of clothing. It is over here. It is essentially a massive fluffy blanket hoodie. It's absolutely huge. But oh my gosh, it's so soft. Yeah, this is one of my favourite things that I've bought this year. It's so cosy. I can sit in this literally all day. I got it from a shop on Instagram called the Online Home Shop. I think it was £17, so it wasn't too expensive at all. But it's kept me so warm because my uni room in my house in uni is so cold. So all the more things to keep me nice and cosy and warm, the better. Yeah, I also got a matching one for my boyfriend, not in pink but in grey, and he is also as obsessed with it as I am. Yeah, so that's number 3 of my favourite purchases of the year. Highly recommend anyone who even gets slightly cold to get one of these. It's absolutely huge but so soft. This is again a quite practical present. So I spent about a month in Northern Ireland this summer, and I went over and I just had a really thick puffy coat with me, which is fine usually for winter, but when it got quite warm it wasn't great. But Northern Ireland, we were on the north coast, it was a little bit chilly, so I needed to pick up a coat, so I did. This was from House of Fraser. This is undoubtedly one of my more expensive purchases. It's Calvin Klein. It's just the one I liked. It's waterproof, and I think I've worn it every day since. Even in winter I'm still wearing it with a scarf and a hat and some gloves and a hot chocolate. Yeah, it's just kept me dry, it's kept me warm, it's windproof. Honestly, I can't recommend this enough. But yeah, it's definitely a purchase I needed to make, because I needed a coat because it was raining and my other one didn't have a hood. So yeah. You may be thinking, Lara, what is that? This is called the Foreo something or other. I don't really know which one it is. But essentially you put cleanser on it and you turn it on and it vibrates and pulsates, and it tells you when a minute is done. It's just to, I guess, deeply cleanse your face, because I've had quite a problem with acne and acne scarring for years now. Obviously at this point in time you can't really tell, but I was on medications for my skin, and all sorts, and it used to get me really, really down. So once my skin kind of healed a bit, I weaned myself off the medication, which was fine. The doctor said I was allowed to, but to keep my skin in quite good condition, I've been using this every day in the shower, and I genuinely put this down to the cleanliness of my skin. I get so many less spots now. Yeah. I got this in TK Maxx, so I'm not sure how much it was meant to be originally, but I got it the TK Maxx price. So yeah, it's the 4AO Luna 2, maybe? I don't really know. But yeah, I'd head down to TK Maxx if you're after one of these, because they may just have one. Okay, so this is my second to last of my best purchases of the year. I never thought I'd buy one of these. I used to have a DS when I was younger and I loved it. But when quarantine hit and I was living with my family, but all my friends were around the country and I couldn't see anyone, it hit hard. I got very overwhelmed with everything, and just felt a bit lonely. So, like half the world, I invested in a Switch and I invested in Animal Crossing. So yeah, I've been playing that for months now. I've just restarted my island again, just because, why not? Yeah, got a Switch. This is one of the original Switches, so you can take the Joy-Cons off, connect it to a TV, but like I said before, I actually don't have a TV. So I've always used it in handheld mode, but hopefully in the future when I do get a TV, I'll be able to play it on there. With friends and old people like that, when we're allowed to, obviously, or my housemates. So yeah, this was such a good distraction for me. I just needed something to take me away from what was going on in the world, because I was so overwhelmed by everything. So yeah, for the sake of my mental health, this was a good purchase for me this year. Yeah. Finally, for my last of my best purchases of 2020. This is a bit extravagant, I know. It was an upgrade for me because once everything went online, my laptop was getting a bit slow. It was still fine, but for uni I needed multiple tabs open and it was just lagging for what I needed it to do. So I upgraded my laptop and I bought myself the Macbook Pro, the one with the touch bar. And honestly, I think it's possibly one of the best things I've bought. Well, obviously it's one of the best things I've bought this year, just because everything's online. I do everything on my laptop. Yeah, it was expensive, but it was an investment in my degree, I guess. Yeah, and my success, and yeah, it was just a very good investment. Obviously expensive, but it was an upgrade. I had my other one for 4 years, so it was getting a little bit slow. So this was, I'd say it's a justified upgrade. If you don't think so, please don't tell me. But yeah, I use it almost every day. A little bit less at the moment, but it's super quick, super light still, which I was worried about. I got the one with just the 2 ports. There's only a headphone jack over here. But yeah, I don't know how I afforded that, but we did somehow. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you're still here, let me know down below. I'd love to see it. I'd love to hear what your favourite purchase of your year was. I'd be really interested to know if anyone's looking to buy any of these things. Let me know down below, and if you're looking for a bit of advice, I can try and help. Don't know if I'll be any use, but yeah, I will see you when I see you. Have a lovely Christmas, have a wonderful New Year, stay safe, and I will see you soon. Thank you so much. Bye.